Okay, so now don't mind how my hair looks. Anyway, we quickly wanted to get back to what we were discussing earlier. We will talk about engine knocking, fuel and octane numbers. And I know in the last video, you must have appreciated why octane number is very important for the kind of fuel that you use. But the next question that comes to our mind that people are beginning to ask after looking at that video is, how do I know the octane number of my petrol? How do I know the octane number before I'm about to buy? How do I know the octane number rated for my vehicle? Especially for modern vehicles or even older versions of your car. How do you know what octane number is best fit for the vehicle you are using? Very good question. And to answer that, it's simple. Each car, each manufacturer has a certification for the octane number that each car needs to work with. That will make your engine run at its best and give you the best performance. Now, how do you know what your manufacturer wants? It's simple. It's either on your fuel refill cap, or you can find it on the owner manual of your vehicle. Those are the two places you can find the octane rating for what is designed or what is actually meant for your car to use and work safely. So if you use anything where the octane number is by far lower, you can have issues with knocking properties of what we explained in the last video, that when you have a very low octane number, what happens is premature ignition of fuel in your engine. It can cause knocking. So we need to be careful when we check out these properties. And if you can look out for that, it will help you. That's one step into finding the solution to problems regarding knocking. Now, while knowing what your manufacturer wants as per the octane number rating for the fuel is one thing, how do you now know the octane number of the petrol you are about to buy is another thing. Now, this is where it becomes difficult. Unfortunately, it's difficult to tell the octane number of the fuel you go to the retail outlet to buy, the filling stations to buy. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible. But most times it's practically not so easy to know. But if you must know, there are ways to know. It's what they call a Wattman paper. It's more or less like a litmus paper that you can use to at least check if the petrol you are buying is good enough. Now, how does that work? So how does that work? Is you pour a sample of fuel you're about to buy on that litmus paper, and you allow it to evaporate. If it evaporates and it leaves a coloring behind, it means that petrol is not very clean and it's not very good. And that's, of course, consequently means the octane number is not good. It's not good. So, of course, if a fuel is not pure enough, I'm not sure the octane number will be good, and vice versa. Also, there's also what they call a density test. These are the kind of tests that some of the regulators use when they go to a petrol station. Now, every petrol that most of these filling stations buy, it comes with a specifications list. I don't know if that's what it's called exactly, but what that does is it contains a list that carries the properties of the petrol that they are dispensing to the public. So when these regulators come to those filling stations, they carry out their density test, like checking more or less, if I could say, like the weights, so to speak, of the petrol, and then they do some analysis on it. It's a very simple process, and when they check and compare what their density result shows with the log which the filling station should make available to the regulators, those logs shows the list and the specifications of the petrol you are selling. So when the regulators inquire of this list and it's shown to them, they compare with what their test result shows. And if there's a little margin of error that is allowed, but it shouldn't be so much, the gap shouldn't be too much. And when the gap is high, that's another way to know that the octane number is below standard, below recommendation. So those are the two ways. And now, if you see from what I've said, it's not very easy, it's not very practical for each individual to easily know what the octane number of the fuel you are buying is. So you can only depend on a good filling station that you have a history with, that you are sure sells good petrol, to actually trust that you are buying a petrol with a good, at least reasonably qualitative octane number. So I think we've gotten to the point. So first thing, know what specification your manufacturer wants for your car. And secondly, which is not so practical, is getting to know the octane number of the petrol you are buying. So with that, you are guided to a reasonable extent. But I think basically it all lies in the quality of petrol we use in the country. Otherwise, we shouldn't have this problem. So thank you. So that's the two things we've answered. What is, how does bad fuel actually damage your engine? Can it? Will it? Absolutely, if you are reckless in the kinds of fuel that you buy. But how can you know? It's what we just discussed. So if you missed it all, you can watch again and share this with your friends. Get educated. Thank you. Stay good. Peace.